Hey there! It is day 29 of the Draw the Circle Prayer Challenge. And on tonight, the lesson was titled A New Prayer. And it comes out of Psalms, the 96th chapter in the first verse, where it encourages us to sing a new song. And tonight's conversation was about routine prayer. How oftentimes we get into this routine and this habit of prayer that's not a habit at all. It's a routine of prayer. And so if things that become routine, you take out of it the passion and the drive for the prayer. You pray every night before you go into bed as a routine, but is it as heartfelt as your prayer should be and passionate as you're offering them up to God? It talked about how if a spouse starts to give the same gift to their loved one, over time, it loses its value because it's just that same expression, right? And so the heart and the feeling behind it is gone. There's a couple of good sentences that were in tonight's reading. It says, if we're not careful, then we can pray without thinking. And that's just as dangerous as thinking without praying. And so it also talked about how you can have these empty routines of prayer. And so the encouragement of tonight was to not make your prayer life a habit of routine, but to make it a habit of relationship, that you are praying to connect to God in a real way. It concludes the conversation on tonight that says, if you want God to do something new, you cannot keep doing the same old thing. I'm reminded of a testimony from a woman who came through my father's church years ago, and she had a experience where she passed out and she was taken to the hospital, and by the time the day had ended, she had experienced several of her organs began to shut down. And so when God placed her back and started healing her, everything was okay except for her face was still twisted. She had like a seizure. And so her face had this distortion to it. And so she got into this routine where she would rub her face and she would just say, new, 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 everything new. And so as God was healing her body, she would just say, new, new, new. And so as she was praying that and rubbing over her face, God began to restore her back to herself, and she was made again new. And so as you're considering your prayer life, interrupt the pattern, interrupt the routine of it, do something new, 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 everything new. I look forward to connecting with you on tomorrow, day 30 of the Draw the Circle Prayer Challenge.